हाय ब्लैश। और क्या बोलते हैं, ध्यान से सुनना। और बहुत तुम lenient हो गई हो, ध्यान से देना, देखना, ठीक है? दिस ओनली फॉर यू। सो सो वी विल बिगिन नाउ। Any discussion on Indian economy or any discussion on the Indian economic adventure will remain incomplete, or it will be only one half if we don't consider the contribution of information and communication technology that will form its other half. Growing in and around 20% since the last decade, the Indian economy has shown its robustness and resilience towards sustaining the various turbulent forces of the world economy. Information and communication technology is a major sector of the Indian economy that continuously drives the Indian economy irrespective of the various shocking events that happens all around the world. It will be no more to say that ICT sector is a major power booster of the Indian economy. Although it's not possible to cover the exact impact and the contribution of the ICT sector in this short stipulated time, still I will try to complete this as much topic as possible. As we see in this presentation, I will be covering about the Indian economy through the ages, what was the traditional nature of the Indian economy, and after that you will learn what exactly ICT stands for and how it acted as a catalyst in the Indian economic growth, and what is the impact of the ICT in the actual contribution of the economy, what are its direct and indirect effects, and definitely the future prospects of the ICT sector. As we all know, if you see the traditional Indian economy, it was basically driven by the agriculture. It was a mass provider of the employment, and also most of the people were sustainably dependent on the agriculture. 50% of the GDP was from the agricultural sector. This was prior to the IT revolution, or we can say just after the independence or 2 3 decades later. Also it was a mass provider of employment, and also there was very restricted use of science and technology that we find in developed countries like USA, Canada, Australia, China. But now the thing stands for what exactly ICT is all about. What is ICT? Information and communication technology basically stands for the telecommunication. First of all, telecommunication stands for what? Telecommunication stands for all the modern means of communication that we use, the media, the television, the various news channels we hear about, the IT revolution and the internet and the fax and the mobile phone. All these constitute the telecommunication. The next big thing is the information technology. That is the exact core of information technology. And the third one is the IT enabled services. This is very important. What is IT enabled services? Those services which are enabled by the IT sector and that helps in their implementation. It consists, we can consider that ITS consists of three major sectors: business services, housekeeping services, and personal services. As soon as we say about the business services, what comes into our mind? It comes like trade, hotels, restaurants, banking, insurance. One best example of business services is the core banking solution. Nowadays, we can have any transaction with our bank from anywhere in the India. What has helped to achieve this? It is definitely the core banking system, and this is with the help of the information technology only. If we come about the housekeeping services, it means what? The general services. Many companies now require various general services like mail sending, data storage, interface, etc. Those are covered by the housekeeping services. Personal services. Personal services are like the recreational and amusement services that are particular to some particular group of persons that help them enabling doing their daily activities like amusement and mobile business. All those consist of the IT enabled services and personal services. How exactly ICT has helped in catalyzing the Indian economy? If we see, it is growing in and around 20% since the last decade, so definitely it has a major contribution in the Indian economy. And the BPO sector, IT sector, ITES sector contribute 20% per annum, and it is providing millions of jobs in these sectors. It is providing net value addition to the economy. As we can see from the graph, from the year 2000 2001 to 7 8, there is an exponential increase in the net value addition or the gross value addition. Other than this, it is also helpful in attracting the foreign direct investment, that is FDI, and foreign institutional investment, that is FII. So that ultimately helps in increase in the foreign exchange of the country. One another area of catalyzing the Indian economy is the IT tourism. Various IT professionals from all around the world visit India related to their business, IT business basically, and that definitely helps in the export and the foreign exchange. Another major advantage of IT sector is that it is providing jobs in the urban sector, and there is a rising middle class and rising professional class in the Indian cities now. Now with these persons having hugely and good handsomely amount of payment, they are able to purchase and they are able to expand. So definitely it helps in the Indian economy. If we see about the post-reforms, the 1991 period when the era of liberalization, globalization and privatization began, after that there were severe changes in the Indian economy. The Indian sector transformed from a closed economy to open economy. There was a revenues have increased 15 times from 1998 to 2009, and the contribution to GDP also increased mammoth 6% from 1%. So these are all these data are related to information and communication technology. Now come to some numerology and some numbers. If we see the annual report of Department of Information and Technology, we find some boggling figures about the contribution of the ICT sector in the Indian economy. It contributes 15,000 crore of direct taxes as a corporate tax and various other taxes also. And for the current pursuing year, it is estimated that will provide 2.5 million jobs directly in IT sector and 8.3 million people indirectly. Another major area where ICT is important is that when the world was looming by the double debt crisis, sovereign debt crisis that is now, and the 2008 crisis of America, when the whole world was looming with this crisis, only three major developing countries, that is China, India, and Brazil, were able to sustain their positive growth, and that was basically because of the service sector in general and the ICT sector in particular in the Indian economy. If we see some more figures, we find that $90 billion of revenue is the part of the contribution that ICT makes, and telecom sector constitutes 1.5% of the GDP, and $57 billion of export revenue is contributing. And one most important thing is that after the enactment of 2005 SEG Act, out of the more than 70 SEG proposed, around 50 or 52 SEGs are planned in the IT and ITES sector. So that is a major contribution to the Indian economy. 75% of the exports from these SEG are related to the IT and ITES sector. Now, if we see about the sectoral contribution, what thing first comes into our mind? It comes about what is the actual distribution of the gross value of addition and what is the actual distribution of workforce in the ICT. If we see this pie chart, we can clearly tell that telecommunication, software publishing, and computer programming and others are the major sectors, and out of this, the ICT is providing the net value addition to the most, and also it is providing employment to the most of the people in India. If we see about now at this juncture, it will be useful if we see some growth trends in the Indian ICT sector. This chart shows how the software exports has grown from 2005-6 to 2010-11. Definitely the increase is very good and it is a very prospecting. If we see another graph, we will find that electronics and IT exports and the electronics hardware export both have increased exponentially. In this slide, we can see the various components of the electronics production, like the industrial electronics, consumer electronics, computer hardware components, communication and broadcasting equipment, storage electronic. All these have increased and showed a positive sign of development and growth in the current scenario. If we see the electronics and IT profile, we will find the same thing here. Computer software and electronics hardware increased continuously from 2005-6 to 2010-11. What are its direct effects in the Indian economy? The first major effect is the e-governance. e-governance helps in modernization and digitalization of the complete architecture of the Indian government. Next is the e-industry. Various industries like coal, power plant, gases and oil, heavy industries are making use of IT in their general businesses and helping them a lot. Next is the e-innovation. That is, it helps in innovating industries. It catalyzes the it persuades the people to innovate in the IT sector. Next is the e-learning, that is we are now in various far-flung areas also due to the help of IT sector, the people are able to learn. And next and last is the e-security. That means the various security measures are provided by the IT solutions. One of the best example of e-security is the Demat account, where we have the accounts and equities in the dematerialized format. If we see the National E-Governance Plan in detail, there are three sectors that operate in mission mode projects. These sectors contributing various uh, these sectors contribute a lot in e-governance. There are various sectors like income tax, central excise, transport, e-courts that are in the offing, and they are continuously helping in modernizing the economy. That helps greatly in the e-governance. If we see the e-learning area, definitely sometimes ago a student in the far-flung areas of desert or in Tripura or Mizoram was unable to read, but now with the help of the ICT, he is able to learn. He is able to see the classroom from his home only. That is a lot of help, and it provides also easy storage and definitely green environment. If there is a shift from paper to the computers, definitely it saves a lot of trees, and definitely it means less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Green technology. If you see the latent effect, there are various indirect effects of ICT like livelihood generation, empowerment, disablement, healthcare, marketing, human resource development. It helps in all these areas consistently and substantially. If you see the livelihood generation, how the ICT generates the livelihood, it develops a set of alternative models that is based on a study and analysis of major ICT initiatives in agriculture in India to meet the information needs of the Indian farmers. It also helps in the social entrepreneurship and the digital tourism. And one more major effect is that around 5 lakh engineers are produced every year in India, and that is basically due to the IT revolution and IT boom. If you see the healthcare contribution and the contribution in the healthcare and empowerment disabled, definitely one major area is the low cost telemedicine. Now the doctors can guide their assistants or even the common people by the help of internet how to tackle the minor medical activities when they happen, when the immediate help of the doctor is not available. It is also helps in the for the disablement empowerment. For example, there is a one device called ABCD audiobooks content delivery, which helps in as a hearing aid and visually aid for the for the disabled people. Now the question is, does the ICT help the economy indirectly? Yes, it definitely helps. If there is e-government, means there is a shift from files to the hard disk. That definitely means more money. It empowers the people. It empowers the people. That means definitely more to the already robust economy. That means more money. Human resource development means definitely people are enabled, they will contribute more, and it connects the people by its immense potential to connectivity. So definitely it means more money. So there are lots of money that is available in the Indian economy basically due to the ICT sector. Definitely how we can forget the future prospects. What are the future prospects that ICT provide to us? Definitely India is going to the IT leader and the hub of the IT. India is definitely marching toward the cloud computing, the next generation of the IT, in which everything will be centralized, and we will be able to host a lot of services and application in a central server where everyone can access it. Definitely, it will empower the people, and there is a scope for advanced computing in space science also, and also it will help in large plethora of activities in and around the world. And definitely, one major advantage is the green ICT. Definitely, when we are shifting from paperwork and we are shifting to modernization, digitalization, it helps in less falling of the trees, and it will improve the environment. So finally, at this juncture, after getting through all these, we can say that definitely it is the safety valve of the economy. It survives the turbulent forces of the world economy. It survived two recessions, and hence proved its resilience and robustness to the Indian economy. One thing we can say that there is a huge potential for the multi-pronged development of the economy. There is also huge potential for the employment generation. There is huge potential for the greener tomorrow. And last but not the least, that it has the multiplier effect on economic growth because of connecting the people and business around it. So definitely, I'm damn sure that after this overview of the contribution of ICT in Indian economy, one cannot undermine the impact of ICT as the major driver of the Indian economy. Thank you.
Yeah.
आपसे तो practice